Everyday entrepreneurs trust ThriveCart Learn to launch their courses and get paid, with over $6 billion of sales processed through ThriveCart so far. With Learn, you can create your course, deliver the content, and handle payments, all in one simple system, no extra tools needed. Your students get instant access to a clean, user-friendly learning experience the moment they buy, so you can focus on selling and teaching. In this quick tutorial, I'll show you exactly how to build your course, connect it to a checkout page, and start selling today. First, you're going to want to make sure any of your products are connected. This will help you out later down the line. Before you create and launch your products, go into your settings and select Integrations. We highly recommend connecting any third-party software first, before you create a course or launch a product. We strongly recommend utilizing Stripe Connect Plus to fully leverage the platform's capabilities and maximize its benefits. To get started, hit the hat icon from your dashboard. You're going to read through the terms and conditions and confirm your email address. Then you'll be prompted to upgrade to Learn Plus. This is a more powerful version of Learn, with additional features like advanced sequences, so you can automate lessons and drip content based on student progress. Bundle support, which lets you package multiple courses together and sell them as a single offer, great for upsells or special promotions. Team access, so you can invite assistants or instructors to help manage your courses. Student import, making it easy to move from another platform by uploading your students in bulk. And custom domains, so you can host your courses on your own branded website. You can upgrade to Learn Plus anytime from your dashboard. So if you're not ready now, just click no and head straight to Learn. Let's take a quick look at the main areas of Learn. At the top, you'll see My Courses, where you can create, organize, and edit your courses. My Bundles lets you group multiple courses and other products together and sell them as a single offer. This is a Learn Plus feature. In My Students, you can search for students, filter by course or sign-up date, and manage their details. And My Team lets you add assistants or instructors to help manage your courses. This is also part of Learn Plus. So let's take a look at creating our first course. If we head back over to the My Courses area, we're going to click on Create a New Project, and I'm going to give our projects a name. This is essentially a folder for your courses to help you stay organized. Your students will never see this. When you're done, hit the Create New Course button. And now we've got a project, we can add a course into this, and we can click on the Create New Course button. We have some generic information that we want to fill out. So we have got course name. This is what is publicly available to your students. For author, you can leave this blank, but typically it would be your name or your brand name. Next, add a short description of what your course is about. You'll also have the option to upload a course logo and an author image here. Then you can add an email or a link to your website's support page. Choose the language for your course, or select a custom language you've already created in your account. Finally, pick your course layout. You can choose from a sidebar layout, a top menu layout, or a grid layout, with the sidebar and the grid layout being favorites with the ThriveCart community. So I'm going to quickly go through and just enter some details here. Now that I've completed my course information, I'm going to click on the bar and create my course. And we can see that this information has been pre-populated in the left-hand menu. If we need to change any of this information at any time, we can simply click in the field, make our changes, and then press the Enter or Return key on your keyboard to save that. The course is made up of modules and lessons. The module is essentially the parent, and the lessons go within the module. So you would break your course content down into different modules, and then the lessons are within that module. So the first thing we're going to need to do is create a module for our course. I'm going to call this one Getting Started. You'll also see a section that asks who this content is available to. By default, it'll say to all students, and if you have Learn Plus, you can also use tags to restrict this content. But in this scenario, as we're using the standard Learn account, we're going to default to all students. So again, all students without access to this course. We're going to click on Create Module, and this module is now in there. Next, we want to create a lesson, so we can click on Add Lesson, and we'll give this a name. And like modules, you can set whether or not that's available to all students within the course or with specific tags if you have Learn Plus. Once you've created a lesson, if you hover over it, you'll see some additional options here. So we can click on Edit, and that will launch the lesson editor. If we hover over to the top here, we have the option to clone or delete the lesson. We can also change here whether or not that's going to be available to all students, or tag restricted again if you have Learn Plus. And then we can also set the status of that lesson, whether it's a draft, or it's published, or it's going to be dripped out at some point in the future. We'll cover these options in just a minute. Let's go jump into the lesson editor first of all. So the lesson editor is very similar to our checkout editor. On the left-hand menu, we're going to have a bunch of options, including content and elements that we can drag into the lesson and build out our lesson content. On the right here, we're going to see a preview of that lesson and how that all looks. On the left-hand side, we've also got additional course styling options, so this sets the style for your entire course. You do have a range of options in here. If we take a look at title styling, you can see that we can go in and make changes to things like our course titles, the colors, the fonts. We've got different options around the sidebar itself. Once you've set up the style and look for the course that you like, you can then start thinking about your course content. Now, what you might want to set up is a template lesson, and a template lesson will contain all the commonly used elements within your course. This can include things like your headlines, your text, images, videos, download buttons, things that you will reuse across different lessons in your course. If you've got downloads, for example, if we add a download element here, we can give this a name, customize things, and then we can add the link to where our download is hosted. And then once you're happy with your lesson content, we have a couple of options. We can either save the lesson as a draft or we can publish that lesson. If we save this draft, it'll take us back to our main dashboard here, and you'll see that this option here is draft. If we publish that, this will be changed to publish. And then once we save our course a few minutes later, the content will be available on our students' dashboard. We can also set how content is set to drip out. At the top here, you can see how we've got this set to instant. So that essentially means anything that's published will be made instantly available to students, or we can use the drip option. And for drip, we have many different options. We have things like time period, and this includes dripping out a module or a lesson every day, week, month, or year, depending on obviously your content and how you want that to be delivered. You can set up content to drip out on specific days of the month. You can set content drip out on specific dates, and you can also set content drip out based on the customer's payments. So if they're on a subscription or a payment plan, you can drip out modules or lessons based on the number of payments they make. If we change the status of a module, such as publishing this module, it will ask us whether or not we want to change the status of all the content within that module. So again, all the lessons, if we say yes here, it will then mark all the lessons within that module as published too, so that way we don't have to do it one by one. So once you're happy with the modules you've created, hit next. Here you'll find a few more course options. You can update your support contact, set what happens when a student's payment fails, and promote this course to students already enrolled in another courses. To enable cross-promotion, just check this box and paste in the sales page URL, and you're good to go. Next, you'll customize your course's registration page. This is where students will set their password and complete their registration. It uses the same drag and drop editor we covered earlier. You can also customize the student login page from here, but we'll skip that for now. For Learn Plus users, you can also set up a custom domain for your course to allow you to set up something like community.yourwebsite.com rather than using your main ThriveCart account and check out URLs. Course behavior rules let you automate emails and other actions to keep students engaged without lifting a finger. These work with your existing autoresponder integrations, so make sure they are set up first. To set these up, click Add Rule and choose a trigger, like when a student starts a course, completes a lesson, or unenrolls. For example, when a student completes the entire course, you can automatically add them to a list for your next offer or send a certificate of completion. These actions happen automatically based on the rules you set, so your course stays responsive and personalized at scale. So when a new module has become available, you can select a specific module or any module and then use your integration with your autoresponder to then trigger that email to be sent out to them. Once you're happy with everything here, you can come and save and exit, and then you can go back to your dashboard and your course is now available in here. And we can go in and edit this course by simply clicking on the edit button. We can also preview this course content by clicking on the preview button here. We also have some additional options, such as the ability to get a quick link, a copy of the login URL, clone the course, or delete the course. Now that we've created this course, let's connect it to your product page. If you want to learn how to set up and sell a product, go check out our other tutorial on that process. We here are instead going to show you how to link your course to a product you've already created. We're going to head back over to our products area. We're going to edit our product, go to the fulfillment tab, change the fulfillment option to add them to a membership site. I've got Learn selected, and we're going to select the course that we want to add them to for that purchase. Obviously, we've got a bump on this product as well. We haven't got a secondary course at the moment, but if you had a different course you wanted to add them to, you can add them to that course as well. For the custom success page, we want to leave this blank by default in most cases. This will then allow us to redirect it to the student registration area. So for clarity on the success page, they'll see a link to access their course, which will take them to the registration page. The customer will get 2 emails when they purchase your product. With this setup, they'll get their email with their receipt, and they'll also get an email with their course access. This will prompt them to either create an account or sign in. Once we're happy here, we can click on save and get the URL, and that's now set up and ready to go. So as an example, I'll show you what your students see after purchasing your course. First, they'll receive an email with their account access, then they'll land on this confirmation page. Clicking here takes them to the login or registration page, and just like that, they're in and ready to start your course. It's that simple. You've seen how easy it is to build and launch a course with Learn. Now it's your turn. Go online, start selling, and grow your business. For more tips, watch additional tutorial videos and subscribe to stay updated.